Recently, new details have emerged about the case of Liliana Rezinovic, highlighting the difficulties she faced during her life and after her death. Liliana, a woman of principles, was the victim of false accusations and the indifference of those who should have protected her. Her seriousness, loyalty, and dignity were overshadowed by those who tried to damage her reputation. This case, which initially sparked public interest, quickly became fertile ground for gossip and speculation, fueled by a distorted narrative. The behavior of some involved, like her husband, who contributed to spreading erroneous interpretations of the facts, only worsened the situation. It is urgent to put an end to this sad story to prevent further damage to her memory and allow justice to take its course. Although time has passed, the prosecution should still investigate the possibility that Liliana's death was caused by violence, even though investigations seem to be closing without finding the culprit. The most painful part is the feeling that the hope of finding justice is fading, while a cycle of speculation and falsehoods continues to obscure the truth. The statements in this case have been contradictory and confusing, which only fuels doubts instead of clarifying them. It is evident that the lack of seriousness in handling the investigation is hindering the revelation of the truth. The selective presentation of evidence, with some statements ignored if they do not help the narrative, makes it hard to believe that the truth will emerge. Amidst this chaos, Sturpin's character becomes even more enigmatic. His statements, more delirious than clear, only add confusion. He seems more like a character seeking visibility than someone genuinely committed to uncovering the truth. The saddest part is seeing how Liliana's family, instead of defending her memory and privacy, seems more interested in gaining visibility through the media. Instead of protecting her figure, they are exploiting her death to appear on television, participating in a media circus that only increases the confusion. If there were truly a desire for justice, all these media interferences should stop. The search for truth should be the only priority, but it seems no one is truly doing what is necessary to achieve it. Demet Özdemir's situation in the public eye is undoubtedly complex and full of nuances. The actress, known for her great success in Turkish series, has constantly been the center of attention, not only for her work, but also for her personal life. What many seem to forget is that being a public figure involves an enormous emotional burden, and the public's expectations can be both a blessing and a curse. In this context, the controversy surrounding Demet Özdemir, especially in relation to her former co-worker, Yaman, reflects the constant pressures celebrities face in today's world. In many of the comments found online, Demet's followers have expressed their disappointment with the way the actress has been treated by the press. Many believe she has been a victim of rumors and speculation that have damaged her image without her having the chance to properly defend herself. In this regard, the lack of support from Yaman has been highlighted, which, in some cases, led fans to criticize both for not handling the situation with more transparency. However, what many seem to overlook is that Demet, like any human being, has the right to manage her personal life in her own way, without the constant pressure of having to justify every step in front of others. One of the recurring points in the comments is the idea that Demet has not had the support she needed, neither from Yaman nor from other close circles. Some comment that in similar circumstances, one would expect colleagues and close friends to have been more supportive. The fact that Demet has had to deal with attacks and speculation from the media without clear defense from those with whom she shared so much of her professional life has caused much distress among her followers. Many believe that instead of being a mere object of media attention, Demet deserves respect and support, something that does not always seem to have been present. It is interesting how several of the actress's followers have pointed out that Demet should not be judged for the decisions she made or the reactions she showed in response to these events. Living under constant media pressure is exhausting, and public figures like her are often trapped in a vicious circle of speculation and external demands. Demet's reactions may have been interpreted in different ways, but from my point of view, what people should understand is that public figures are not infallible, and what they show in the media is not necessarily a reflection of their inner reality. Another aspect reflected in the comments is the degree of invasion celebrities experience in their personal lives. Demet's case is just an example of how people's privacy is constantly violated in today's society. Many comments point out that the media and certain sectors of the public tend to forget that celebrities are also human beings, with emotions, problems, and vulnerabilities, just like anyone else. Often, the line between the public and private person blurs, and this can be especially harmful to someone like Demet, who has been under the spotlight for years. We cannot ignore that Demet Özdemir has been an admired figure by thousands of people due to her talent and charisma on screen. However, the price of that fame has been high. Comments about her personal life, her relationship with Yaman, and the constant speculation about her emotional well-being reflect how difficult it is to maintain a private identity when one is constantly being watched. In several of the comments I have read, Demet's followers acknowledge the difficult situation she is in, and while some criticize her actions, most express strong support for her, recognizing that no one has the right to judge her without knowing the full story. One of the comments that stands out the most suggests that instead of continuing to fuel tensions and speculation, we should give her the space she needs to heal and make her own decisions. Living in the shadow of others' expectations is not easy, and Demet, like anyone else, has the right to live her life without being constantly observed and judged. In this sense, many comments advocate for her privacy to be respected, something that is often forgotten when the media become obsessed with the personal lives of the famous. At the end of the day, Demet Özdemir is a woman who has faced countless challenges both in her personal and professional life. She is not exempt from mistakes or difficult decisions, but that does not mean she should be treated as a perfect being or as a spectacle for public entertainment. Society needs to learn to recognize the humanity behind celebrities and from there offer them the respect and understanding they deserve.